to another episode of Sleeping Giants, Red Star Belgrade. Now, before I get into today's episode, something I've completely glossed over in the last episode, and I completely forgot to talk about this, is the fact that you might have noticed that we weren't wearing new kits. Basically, the reason for that is I was planning to do that in the time that I have after recording it before other stuff, but last week I wanted to sort out the website, and that ended up taking longer than I'd expected to do, so I'm working on kits this week, and they're basically I'll just put them in whenever I finish them, basically. There's no point in waiting to the end of the next season. That's just wasteful. When I've done them, they will be appearing, so there you go. I probably would have put a comment on last night's video about this anyway, but just in case you're wondering, that is why. Right, also that means that the website is now up, so you will be able to find the tactic downloads. Some of you will already know this, of course, because I did, of course, talk about it on Twitter, but those of you who don't, the website link is in the description, along with pretty much everything. I've put face packs, basically everything you could possibly want. Face packs, kit packs, corner tactic, all of the stuff basically that people keep asking me is in the description. So there you go, guys. Just if in doubt, check the description to the video. There's almost certainly a link there that will help you. But yeah, the tactic is available to download, and obviously when I finish the kits, I'll put those up there just in case you want those as well. I'll also be putting the save there when we're done with it, so you guys can continue the legacy or pick up, you know, whatever you want to do. So, in our last episode, we beat Apoel 8-0 in the Champions League, which was quite a surprisingly large win. I felt like it took us a while to get going, but once we did, we were absolutely on fire. Now, we've had a strange, I say strange, as you can see, there's still lots of green and that one little blip, but it's been a bit weird still. I'm not entirely enthused by it. Firstly, we've had a lot of players out on international duty until like the middle of August, which is weird. Quite important players like Bazan Virad only came back on the 22nd, so he's not played for us yet this season. So that's really weird, and the two Romanian lads, or three I think, because Krashenex has probably gone there too, also very odd. Now, I want to start things off against Chukwuemeka, and this was just a ridiculous game. I mean, absurd. But you're going to get these from time to time. It's just this month seems to have had a cluster of these. So as you can see there, we managed to just, you know, only have the 45 shots in this one. 40 of which we had before extra time. And bear in mind, I couldn't believe that we didn't win this one in normal time. Just 8-1 on clear-cut chances. But bear in mind, it was 1-1 at the end of 90 minutes. They scored with their only shot of the game, which was... I was just incredulous at it, frankly. But I felt that if we did go to extra time against them, we'd still be able to smash them. And as you can see, in the end, we ended up doing so, grabbing 2 goals in extra time. But I was just amazed that we couldn't score. Gajic brings the ball back here. Ball played into Tufedzic. Tufedzic has had a good month. He's been good. Antic's ball, as you can see. I mean, goalie was great. Savicevic, of course, getting himself another one, his 3rd of the season already. So 3 goals, 3 assists in just 2 matches. Not a bad start. But then, 76 minutes, they literally had no shots in the game at this point, but they managed to score, which was a pain, but it happens. And thankfully, I was just amazed that we hadn't scored more goals at this point. We had 40 shots in the 90 minutes, and they had 1, and we ended up with 1-1. Thankfully, from our next 5 shots, we did manage to score 2 goals in extra time, so it just took a little bit longer than we would have expected. Ball across there, and there's Lazic in at the back post from Tufedzic's cross to make it 2-1 in basically the first minute of extra time, and then a couple of minutes later, we managed to put the icing on the cake with another free kick, actually, this time, cleared away. But as you can see, Kone's been playing for us quite a bit. I'm really liking him. He and Bazan Virad are looking like a good centre-back partnership, but, you know, we've also got people like Lazic, so we've got a little bit more and obviously we've got Laurentiu Marian, the Romanian, so we've got 4 decent centre-backs at the club. Zivkovic coming inside. I mean, it's a bit of luck, but it falls to Luka, and he isn't going to miss from there. Scores his 3rd goal of the season, and all is well. In our next game, of course, we had the return leg against Apoel, and it was a surprisingly poor game. We weren't that good. I mean, they didn't have a single shot on target, so they were pretty awful, but the fact that we only scored 1 goal was a little bit worrying, and it's sort of been a symptom of the way this month has gone. Although, to be fair, in this game, as you can see, we only created 1 decent chance, and we did actually tuck it away in this one, so thank God. Lovely bit of play there. Look at that for a header from Belic, just to flick that to the back post, where Dusan Zivkovic was able to sneak in. He did have another one later ruled out for offside, but it was offside, so yeah, no biggie there. We go through 9-0 on aggregate, and of course that means we got drawn in the next round, and we got drawn against Maccabi Haifa, the Israeli side. So that is a little bit interesting. And a lot of the other sides in the draw were all teams we played before quite regularly, so it was nice to get someone a little bit different to play against. So yeah, Haifa is an awesome one. So then in the league, we thought, right, we're going to get stuck straight into this. And that's exactly what we did. It was a very strange one again, in the sense that at half-time in this one, just before half-time, I thought we were going to run away with this league once. You know, we'd started this game so strongly. Ball in here, eventually Adameko's ball drops down and it's cleared, but it's going to come back in again, of course. And Luka started off the season how I hoped. after 6 minutes, scored his 4th goal of the year and his 1st goal in the league, hopefully the first of many. I really want to see if he can net like a goal a game average in the league. After 10 minutes, he'd made it 2-0 with his 2nd goal of the league and 5th of the season, just determined to really step things up. And of course, that wasn't the end of the scoring in the first half. We had plenty more in us. 22 minutes on the clock, Ristic whacks a ball in and it's cleared away. Ristic got sent off in this game, which was disappointing. 2 yellow cards, so he did miss a game. But that's a bit, I mean, as you can see, defensively, we've, to concede 2 in this game, it was a bit poor. Lovely finish there from Militic, though. He's actually started the season incredibly well. That's his 3rd goal already. I'm impressed with him, but I'm just a little bit... and as you can see, they actually created more clear-cut chances than us in this game. It was a strange game. And then, of course, we made it 4 just before half-time. Jovic with the ball out wide. Lovely bit of play from Antic here. Just skip past his man. Ball in, and Militic with a powerful header in off the crossbar to make it 4-0. But then they got one back before half-time, and I thought, okay. And they'd created a couple of chances, so why the hell not? We'd scored some damn good goals. That was pretty much our prerogative in this first half, was just to score some damn good goals, and we did that. Lovely little back heel there. But, they managed to equalise. We've not yet kept a clean sheet in the league this season, and that is a worrying feature, considering how many we kept last year and only conceded 16 goals in the league. I think we just sort of taken a little bit of time to settle in this year. I don't know how he didn't get tackled there. Eventually the ball's going to come through and he's going to finish it nicely in the bottom corner there, Nikac. Now, again, little bit worrying that we conceded such an easy goal, but I guess we just need time to settle with some of these new players coming in. I don't know. Thankfully, just after half-time, flicked into the back of the net by Darko Lazic this time to make it 5-1, and it was a very, very comfortable performance still. 5-1 is a very easy win. But then they got another one, and that's starting to think, last year we'd have won this game 4-0, and 4-0 for me just looks a lot better on the score sheet than 6-2. It's the 2, I want to make sure that we're as tight at the back as physically possible, and that is not a demonstration of it. Gajic's ball out, Adamenko whips one in, but it's cleared. That lad really can cross a football, my god. Gajic eventually loses the ball again, and they catch us on the break, and it's disappointing really, because it's such a simple goal. Ball over the top, Nikac just through and finishes. Good strike. I mean, really placed it in the bottom corner, so fair play to him for getting that one in the back of the net. It's just disappointing to concede 2 goals at home like that to a relatively poor side. But, it happens, and I'm hoping that as the season wears on a little bit, we can try to sort that out, basically, because we can't afford to continue playing with that kind of level of defensive frailty. I mean, it's weird because last year, we've not lost any players as far as I can remember. A couple have gone, but very few. And as you can see, Jovic there wrapped up his hat-trick to make it 6. So at least Jovic has started the season well. And we have really 6 goals in the first game of the season is pretty damn good. It's just a little bit disappointing to concede. Unfortunately, we then went away from home in our next game, and we just weren't that good. I mean, they weren't very good either. Let's make this very clear. They were not very good on the night. They only had 6 shots in the entire match, but they did score. And that's what really matters. I mean, they had more clear-cut chances than us. Savicevic put us in front from a free kick on 42 minutes, and we just look a bit toothless at the moment. I'm not entirely sure what's going on. And I was disappointed that we conceded, but at the same time, you can't begrudge them the goal. They deserved it, and that was kind of not what I wanted to start the season off, I wanted to get as many wins as possible on the board from the off, just like we always try to, and it just wasn't happening for us. It's disappointing. I hope that... I mean, I still think we're going to win the league absolutely comfortably, but it does make you wonder about the chances of an unbeaten season seem very, very slim. The goal they equalised with was I mean, what on earth was that? And I know you can say, well, you need new goalkeepers, but it seems that every time a goalkeeper makes a mistake, I get a comment saying, you need a new goalkeeper. That is not how it works in football or in life, Besides, goalkeepers in this game just don't seem to work very well, regardless of their abilities, so getting a new goalkeeper ain't going to help. Just as it's never helped in any of the previous iterations of me getting new goalkeepers, so why would you think it would be any different this time? Besides, I quite like these guys. He made an error there, errors happen. As do all goalkeepers in this game. Now, in our next game, we obviously found ourselves drawn against Maccabi Haifa, and we had to play the away leg first, which means that today in our live com we're going to be at home, and they were pretty poor. But again, we weren't particularly good. 20 shots, 10 on target, and yet just the 2 goals that we managed in one. Out of 7 clear-cut chances to only score 2 goals. It was disappointing. We're not converting enough of our chances at the moment. And against these teams, it's fine because we can get away with it. But I would have expected to win by more than 2-0 away from home at these guys, especially when they didn't muster a single shot on target in the entire game. We need to get a bit more consistent with our scoring, and I'm not sure what's gone wrong there, considering how good we've been with that in the past. So I'm not entirely sure what we need to change, but I don't know. We'll have to work on some stuff in training maybe, and hopefully we can figure it out, get some more attacking movement done, and try to take our chances a bit more, because it is a bit problematic. And it took us to half time, as you can see, to actually break them down enough to even get a goal. Militic with the ball into Savicevic. Watch the run from Militic. Runs through the middle. Savicevic pulls it back to him, and Militic drills it low and hard to score his 5th goal of the season, which is good. He's getting a decent amount of goals for us now, which is something I think was a bit missing from his game last season. He, this year, has really stepped up, though. And then just straight after half-time, Jovic here with the ball will eventually lose it, I think, or something like that. I can't remember. Jovic basically wins a header to knock this down, if I remember correctly. And it's a good bit of play as well. Jovic got injured in a game as well this month, but he actually is going to be fine, so I think he's actually back for today's game. Sorry. Had a bit of hair on my tongue there. Jovic with the ball into Tufedzic, and it's a great strike from Tufedzic. He's done a good job so far this year, but I always felt that he would do. He's just going to get better and better as the days go on, essentially. So a 2-0 win. It's very comfortable. It's an away win. That's all that really mattered. In our next game, we found ourselves at home to newly promoted FK India. And again, it was one of those types of games where you just wonder why we're not taking our chances. And you might look at that and go, well, you won 3-1. Yeah, we did, but 9-2 on clear-cut chances this one. We really do need to be scoring more of these. Like, they're good opportunities. We need to be putting them in the back of the net, and they're not taking their chances at the moment. Like, bear in mind, this game was at 1-1 until the 87th minute. So we got a bit lucky in here in some senses, because we dominated every facet of this game, but we just didn't look as crucial in front of goal. As you can see, we didn't keep a clean sheet again. And they have started well this season. I have to say, they got 4 points from their first 2 matches as a newly promoted side, which is impressive. So credit to them for that. Ball in here for Tufedzic. Eventually Gajic is going to do a lovely little skip out here, put the ball in, and there's Militic in the back post again to score yet another goal, and that's his 6th of the season, so he's right up there with our top goal scorers now, which is great to see that both strikers are contributing. Now, straight after half-time, they actually scored directly from a corner. It's a great header, maybe bit poor goalkeeping, but it's a great header from Stefan Kovacevic, formerly of OFK, it would appear. It took us until the 87th minute to get the winner, and I really was trying to batter the door down, and eventually it did come. Ball back there, and Jovic with the header to, I think this is his 7th goal of the season, yeah, so 2-1, and then we actually, we brought on Florentin Tosca to give him a little run out, and I want to see if he could get on the score sheet earlier than he did last season, and he's made me proud there. Got himself on the score sheet nice and early here, albeit with the tap-in, but hey, still had to put it in the back of the net. First goal of the season for him. He's an important player as our 3rd choice striker. Now, that brings us to today against Maccabi Haifa. We'll be doing the Champions League draw for the group stages, of course, after this game. But first, let me just see if we've got any transfers that need talking about. Transfer history. Let's take a little look. All transfers. Right, yes, okay, 2 more players came in. They're all they're youngsters again. Carlo Vruchina, or Vruchina, I think it's Vruchina, a young Croat. He's only 16 years old. Again, looks pretty decent. He's just another one of the ones I've been able to pick up, basically. We're just harvesting as many young players as we can now. So in a couple of seasons, now that we've got this real youth conveyor belt thing going, we've got a bit more momentum with it. And the other one is Nathan Xavier, and frankly, he's got fucking eyeliner on. I mean, look at that. He looks like Johnny Depp in Pirates of the Caribbean. I like it. He could be the Pirate of Belgrade. That would be the best nickname ever. So again, it looks like a fairly decent prospect. He's got great dribbling, first touch, incredibly determined, and he's very brave. All those are not hugely important stats. I get what they are, but they need to be combined with other good stats too. So again, we'll be training him, I don't know, probably to play centre mid. He's a playmaker type of guy, so we do have a playmaker role. So there you go. I think he's going to be, again, decent player, 16 years old. What more can you say about him? Right, there was something else I was going to say, but I've completely slipped my mind. Nathan Xavier. Ah, yeah, right. Okay, that reminds me. I'll show you in the squad, actually. Top goal scorer, of course, is Luka, which was 7 in 7. Militic has 6 in 7. As you can see, our players are wanted by a lot of clubs. I will not be letting them go. Savicevic has 4 as well, which is decent. Now, Kone is the one I'm on about. Look at this. I noticed it when I went on his profile. His aerial ability is mental. 18 heading, 17 jumping reach, 18 strength as well, but he's also nearly 2 meters tall. This lad is a centre-back. He's a giraffe of a man, and I love him. So yeah, he's sort of come out of nowhere, really, because we couldn't really play him much last year, but he's a 3-star player in our team, and he and Bazan Vieira make a good partnership, with, of course, the likes of Lazic and Marianne as other players. So we've got 4 decent centre-backs now, and that's great. Georgie Pia, I'm trying to get rid of him at the moment because he refuses to sign a new contract, and I think we could probably get like £1 million for him at the moment. Probably best if we do. Assist-wise, Savicevic already has 6 in 7 games, which is phenomenal. Player of the match is Savicevic again. Yellow cards, 2 for Kone. Red cards, of course, the 1 for Ristic. Average rating overall, Antic is the most with an 8.03. Key aerial challenges, of course, Kone has won 12 of those, but Jovic has got 11, which is still very good. Key passes, Ristic with 14, Gajic with 10. Key tackles, 6 for Lazic, and interceptions, Kone and Lazic with 52 each. As for value, this is what's weird. I don't understand why our values have suddenly completely flopped. Like 2.5 million for Luka Jovic. What? I don't understand. We've got better in reputation, yet the values of all our players have fell massively. And it's nothing to do with contracts, because they've got contracts and they're on recent, relatively long ones. So it's really strange. Mistakes in the goals, Ristic, Kone and Gajic. Right, let's get into the game today then. I don't know whether Bazan Vera is going to be selectable or fit. I just noticed that Legia Warsaw beat Celtic 6-0 in the first leg. Let's do a quick pick and see who we've got. Toshka there. There's Militic just a little bit. Yeah, 93. Jovic could probably do the rest as well, but we can't take this one for granted, unfortunately. Bazan Vera is back in, and he is actually quite fit. So we should be okay there. One thing we probably do need to somehow get ourselves is another left back. I'm tempted to put China on the bench instead of Ozdoev, because I just don't think Ozdoev is going to be here longer. China, he's not been... Oh, he's a little bit knackered. That's probably the reason for it, actually. Let me just switch that. He's been playing a few reserve games to get his fitness back up, since he never really had a lot of match fitness. So he didn't get many games in pre-season, which is surprising. But Tufedzic and Ristic in the midfield is what I like to see. I'm hoping that Tufedzic can continue to improve some of his areas. His passing is good. His vision is improving, and that's important. He looks like future captain material, basically. That's where I'm looking for him to get us, basically. I think he's got a long way to go, but I think he could be an excellent, excellent player for us. Right, without further ado, let's get into this match and hopefully finish this one off. I mean, it shouldn't be too difficult, but you just never know what could happen. We could screw this up massively, but I don't think we will do somehow. Be nice to see Toshka get himself a goal or two today. I mean, usually the deep line forward doesn't score that many for us, but then Militic has been banging him in this year. 6 in 6, not bad. Maybe Toshka will do what he does best, like he did against Mlados last season, where he scored a hat-trick from deep line forward. Not bad. Now, 2-0, I mean, all we have to do is not lose by 2-0, basically, and I can't see us losing against a team like Maccabi Haifa at home when they didn't even have a shot against us on their home ground. But that's the bonus of basically next year we won't even have to play these games. We'll be straight into the group stages, and I cannot wait for that, because it means we can have a proper pre-season with lots of good friendlies to get match fitness full and ready, basically. And it means that we'll probably, if anything, be able to have a better start to our league form too. Toshka, ball in, and there we go, 1-0 already. 4 minutes in, and Florentin Toshka. I love this lad. There's something about him. I don't know what it is. I just think he's a great player. And, he took a little while to get his confidence up last season, but once he did, he was firing on all cylinders, and he's great in the air again. And that's 2 goals in 2, I think, for him, so that's good. And 3-0 on aggregate. Gajic, can he get the ball across? Oh, he's gone for it himself. Good save from the goalkeeper there. Gershon, back into Jovic. Can he find the pass to Toshka? Oh, wow, that was absolutely horrific goalkeeping there. And yeah, it is going to be a Teshma own goal there for Haifa, and they've started very, very poorly. I thought the chance had gone once the shot had been saved, but Jovic is... shot is, oh my life, scrambled into his own net there by Teshma. Looks like we're going to be having a good day today, guys. But this is a chance for them to, yet again, boost their goal scoring records, and to try to just, boost their confidence more than anything, It's a good chance for them. Someone like Toshka today is a perfect opportunity for him to show me why I should be picking him ahead of people, potentially, but I don't think he's quite there yet. Gajic at the back post, good clearance, but Antic can put some serious balls in. It's come down to Tufedzic. Jovic, off the crossbar there. Nearly 3-0 after 15 minutes. I would expect Luka Jovic to nick a couple of goals today. These are the types of games where he needs to be scoring 2 or 3 goals, really. Because if we're dominating, he needs to be dominating with us. Wonderful pass out wide to Savicevic. Can he pick a pass, or will he just... Oh, this is going straight on Jovic's head, isn't it? No, Toshka. Gajic at the back post. Good little bit of vision there from Toshka. One thing he's also done quite well in games when he's played up in there is he's very good at the assisting part of the game, and that's crucial for that role, as we've seen from... people like Mahatma Otto in the past. 26 assists in one season he got from a striking position is incredible. Maccabi Haifa have yet to have a shot on target against us in this entire tie. They've only had 2 shots in a game and a half. Oh no, not Ristic. That's not good. They better not be serious. Although, I guess if it is... Oh, no, I mean, obviously you don't want him injured, but my point is that if it is, that might be China's chance to step up for us, basically. Because he's going to have to play there at some point, and that's kind of where I want him. Bazan Vera... Oh, no, it's Mahala Ristic, don't worry. I was going to say, Hopefully the injury isn't too serious and he should be okay, but we'll just have to play it by ear. 2-0 up at half-time. I was hoping we'd get a bit more, actually, because, we started the game so well with 2 quick goals, and then we've kind of just sat, but, I mean, they're not threatening us, so what's the big deal, I guess? Should we maybe just go on attacking and just see if we can get a few more goals, just to make this a little bit more entertaining? They're not going to win the tie now, so we may as well. I'm not too bothered about clean sheets in this particular stage of the tournament. It'd be nice to just see a few more goals out of people. Let's close him down then. Korn. And cleared by Tufedzic, or brought down by Tufedzic and dropped back towards Doa. That's a good pass, actually. Tosca brings it down. Oh, that's a great ball through for Luka Jovic. Can he finish? That is a beautiful piece of football. I tell you what, that is a lovely piece of counter-attacking play between Tosca, Jovic and Savicevic. I had no idea that he was going to do that. I genuinely thought he was going to... It's a great ball through from Tosca, firstly, but for Jovic to not shoot her and just dink that up, that is almost taking the piss a little bit there, but hey, I'll take it, and we'll certainly take it. 3-0. Savicevic with another goal this season, which is always nice to see, and Jovic providing the assist, which is even nicer to see for me, if anything, because he's just... Oh, good save from Stan, and that's a shot on target from Maccabi Haifa. Well done, guys. They managed to get a clear-cut chance with their only shot on target of the tie, which is impressive. I guess we allowed them a little bit more space than I would usually, but hey, doesn't matter. Wow, Jovic is going to get on the end of this as well. He has been known to just pick the ball up from these breaks, run at people, and win, basically. Just win the ball. Here he comes, Savicevic, edge of the area. Will he shoot? Ah, poor. But Jovic, look at the pace. Ooh, and Gal Shish has brought him down there. Unfortunately, we don't have Ristic over the free kick, but Tufedzic has still got a good free kick in him, and there it is. But Teshma is able to make the stop. 3-0, I'd like to see Jovic get on the score sheet today, though. He's got the assist, which is great, but I think he does need a goal just to keep that momentum of confidence going. Plus, I want to see if he can get himself a chance at being sort of one of the top scorers in the Champions League again this season, as he was last year. Gajic, Tufedzic, and it's clipped to Antic, ball straight across, and Jovic cleared away. Antic is... Oh, and Jovic this time does get on the end of it. It's 4-0, and it's his 8th goal of the season, so good for him, good for us, and... That's good game, basically. That's comfortable now. Don't know whether there's going to be an assist on that or whether it came off a defender. Antic's ball in, deflects off a defender. Jovic, if anything, off of his arm there. But there we go, 8th goal of the season already. I think this year he's got to be aiming for 40-odd. If he doesn't get injured, I think there's every chance he could achieve that goal. I'll make the next substitution anyway. I'm thinking we're going to bring on Kone for Bazan Vera just because he's had a good game. But... this is his first main game back since, so I might as well just give him a break. And we'll probably make one more substitution around about 80 just to conserve the energy of Tosca. Give Milicic a little chance. You never know, he might be able to come on and get himself another goal. Oh, hello. Well defended there. 4-0. I'd take it. 6-0 aggregate is completely fine by me. We've not overextended ourselves by any stretch here. We don't need to be winning these games 8-9-0 and thumping teams, really, because... there's no need for it. We could take breather. I mean, I probably could have put us on take a breather the moment we went 2-0 up, but, sometimes I feel like you owe it to the fans. Milicic round the corner, Savicevic, and a good save from Teshma. 4-0's about right, to be honest. Though I wouldn't be opposed if we were to get another one. Milicic, will he strike it from long range? Goes to Savicevic instead, and it's deflected out for another corner. Don't forget, we've still got the Champions League group stage draw coming up after this. And I'm just wondering how close we are to getting ourselves into that second pot. Our coefficient now is 63, which is miles clear of everyone else in the playoff stages. So that's interesting. But I'm just wondering how much more we have to get ourselves up a pot. And I think the moment we get ourselves up a pot, that's almost going to guarantee us at least Europa League pretty much every season. Although I would like to sort of battle our way through every year and just use that home form. That's my plan anyway. But only time will tell whether we can actually do that. So there we go. Jovic with 2 assists and a goal, actually. What am I talking about? He's had a great game. Apologies. Nikola Antic was man of the match. Well done, son, I guess. Surprising, actually, but hey, there you go. Let's take a look at the other scores on aggregate here. I'm sensing there's probably going to be some big ones, but only time will tell if that is the case. So, yeah, we've won 6-0 on aggregate. Red Bull Salzburg are also through. Arsenal are through 7-1. Herenveen are through, which is cool. Sevilla are also through. I don't know if there is any more ties or not. These are first legs. It's Tuesday, which means that there's games all tomorrow. Celtic are 6-0 down. Dinamo Zagreb are 3-2 up. Olympiacos are 2-1 up. Juve are 1-0 up, and Benfica are 1-0 up. Right, I will join you guys in the Champions League draw in a second. Right guys, we are back and we are in the Champions League draw, so let's just take a little look at who's in the pots. Not that you really need to see much of that, but you can probably kind of guess. So Chelsea, Manchester City, Bayern Munich, PSG, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Liverpool and Juventus. Juventus actually had to come through a playoff round this time, but they are still in pot 1 because of their recent history. Pot 2, Manchester United, Dortmund, Benfica, CSKA, Arsenal, Porto, Napoli and Zenit. So I'll tell you what, 93, is there a chance for us to get in pot 2? Oh, yes! Oh, so much yes. Milan, Monaco, PSV Eindhoven, Red Bull Salzburg actually in there too. Dinamo Kiev, Sevilla, Red Star Belgrade, we're in pot 3. And Freiburg, interestingly, are in pot 3 as well, so well done them. Wow, we've managed to go up a pot, so this has just been a good year all round for us, so we're probably going to get a relatively good group, but it does depend on who's in pot 4. So, Fenerbahce, Heerenveen, Copenhagen, Legia Warsaw, Granada, Dinamo Zagreb, Genk and Slavia Prague. Oh, I'll tell you what guys, I think, well, third place, I think no matter which of these teams we were to draw, there's a really good chance of us getting third place pretty much from the off. But, depending on what else happens, you never know. So let's go straight into the automatic draw. In Group A, we're going to have Bayern. So we've had a history of getting really tough draws, basically, in the Champions League, and people have been pointing this out, but I'm just hoping that this year maybe we'll just get a cushy one that will allow us to get through again to the knockout stages, but you just never know. So let's just see what we're going to get. Bayern and... actually, I wouldn't mind that one. CSKA would be interesting. Porto would be quite difficult. I'd have thought Arsenal... Actually, I'd take Arsenal, considering what we've done against them in the past. It's all about that second team, basically. Zenit, maybe? I wouldn't really want Benfica. They're good. I mean, they're Man United. We've proven we can beat, I suppose. Dortmund and Barca. I definitely don't want that. Right, PSV. Damn it. Dinamo Kiev. Please not that one. Monaco. Oh, that would be a tough one as well, though. Freiburg. That one. I'd take Group E. Oh, please not Group F. Oh, please not Group... Oh, damn it. PSG. Oh, God. Okay, well, it all comes down to now, really, who's going to get drawn into Group G with us as our sort of weakest team. As long as it's not Fenerbahce, I think we'd be okay. But sod's law, it'll be Fenerbahce, knowing our luck. We've had terrible luck with these draws, haven't we? All right, it's going to be... Oh, go on. Heerenveen. Okay, that is a really tough draw still because of the fact that it's Manchester United and PSG. But we beat Manchester United last season. So what's to say we can't do it again? And Heerenveen, I think we should be able to have them home and away. I'd like to think we've got that in us, but only time will tell. I think we can't, if you've got any chance of going through in this group, we need to have that home and away, and then a home win against Manchester United, really. That's the way it's going to have to work. But I do think we're going to get at least third, and we're definitely going to be playing some knockout football after Christmas, I would have to say. But you just never know with these things. So there you go, guys. Join me in the next episode where well, let's just continue, actually, so we can see what game we'll actually be playing in the next episode. It'll be a game, one of those Champions League games. I just don't know exactly what. I had to continue because sometimes it doesn't display on the schedule unless you hit continue. But sod's law, now that I've done that, it's going to be a really long one. Right, okay. Oh, bid for Pia. I'll tell you what, I can sort that out in a sec too. That's awesome. I might be getting rid of him in this exact moment. So there you go. Right, schedule. Our first game is at home to Heerenveen, and that is going to be one of the most important ones of the entire tie. The one that we're not going to do is the PSG away game, because that's the least winnable game. So that's the one you won't... Yeah, that's perfect, because it's come sort of slap bang in the middle, so it'll break things up nicely there for us. So yeah, join me in the next episode and we'll be playing our home game against Heerenveen in the Champions League. So guys, if you like what you're seeing, please drop a like on the video, and if you'd like to even more than that, please subscribe to my channel for more Portsmouth and Red Star Belgrade in your inbox every single day at 5:30 and 8 o'clock, and I'll see you guys in the next episode for the game against SC Heerenveen. See you guys in a bit. Bye-bye.